know that. You know that.
Legend.
I have other stuff to talk about than Scarlet, by the way. So
Do
like,
you?
Whatever. But I'm telling you, I'm about to kill the stream in about 15 minutes if we don't hit the goal.
He said the thing, kill stream.
Was it in stream? Like, I don't.
Come on, Ralph.
I don't know.
You gotta figure it out.
Ralph, you got this, bud.
But who cares? Who cares? Like, I see it says in stream now. It's like, I did not. I still have to hit the end the stream button, right?
Ralph, just smash your computer with your head until it turns off. You know, you start fucking banging his head into the PC.
And they say viewers waiting. Like, there's not viewers waiting. I never stop the stream. So you.
That's how it ended.
All right, let's do a little bit of Phil.
Let's do some Phil. Let's do some Phil.
Let's do some DSP here. Let's go to the Phil folder.
Okay.
So we're going to start off here with Mr. Views, Mr. Irrelevant here. DSP today versus Summer Game Fest, which for some inexplicable reason he refused to react to. The Game Awards had 944,949 watching, and DSP had 144 people.
You do gaming. The easiest thing, by the way, that Ash and I have ever done is watching Game Awards. Because you just have to like pipe in every 5 seconds and go, well, that looks like shit. That's it. Like, come on, DSP. Was there a reason he did that?
So here we have this classic clip that I just saw for the first time on Twitter today. This is Phil playing NBA Jam at some sort of competition in real life, getting felted and then crashing out. And getting felted.
Okay, I haven't seen this.
He's close. Good game, man.
Oh no, sweetie.
Panda heckling him. Look at Phil. He's so mad. It's sad. Look at him, dude. Look at his fucking greasy black hair. Like, what the fuck?
No.
Oh my god. Oh, he bowed. He bowed down.
Oh, he's seething.
Bring it back.
Playing the game twice, I guess I did pretty good.
Oh no.
I played the game twice.
I played it twice. I did pretty
Look at the way he's waddling away. Look, he's like doing this like fucking
failed
retarded.
Me. You failed me. Sleeper sofa.
Oh, he's been banished to the sleeper sofa. To the sofa, bro. That's tough. Panda felt it.
He's trying to have fun with it, but he's
He's ashamed, bro. He's ashamed that he lost at NBA Jam. What a fucking baby. Please get his little backpack on.
Rest of the trip. Sleeper sofa the whole rest of the trip.
I'm gonna find out how many points I got.
Yeah, let's go find out.
Oh, he's getting out of there. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt, Joe. Oh god, that's so good. Okay.
He's trying to have fun with him too, like, and it's just like this miserable. I
love it, and you know, it's my
friend of the show, Memeology 101. DSP tries it. Great channel. I've been keeping up with it lately since we've been, not watching as much Phil. Shout out to Memeology, man.
We have a Pokemon card opening to do right now. If we get another $50 contribution, we will open a second pack. And someone said, would you do what you were offering yesterday?
What's crazy is Phil in this stream made $75 before the gameplay. $50 of it was from one person
to open the pack.
And then he would make $2 during the gameplay.
No, what game again? You said Castlevania? Or
no, this is Lego Batman. Look at the grease pooling on his forehead, that receding hairline. It's fucking nothing. He looks old.
Buddy.
Old
This
light
side
bulb.
right here is fully skull.
Yes. If someone contributes $50 now, I will open 2 packs. So I'm already opening 1. If someone
What a
does a $50,
value.
By the way, packs of the chaos, whatever, it's like $8.
I know.
So he's making a
$42 profit per pack.
what?
contribution, I'll
keeping the
open 2
card.
more,
Should I
so we'll do
start
3
doing
total.
that?
Okay, but it has to happen right
May
now.
as well.
If not, then we're
It's
just gonna
such
open the
a
one.
petty- The thing is, it's such a petty scam that it's not even worth our time.
Yeah.
That's just the God's honest truth. Like, what the?
It's like, yeah.
Gino
We're gonna end the
Critic with a
show.
sub.
So let me get set up. All right. Well,
right now.
no one bit on my offer that I would open 2 more packs for a contribution. So that's all we're doing for the
Here
podcast.
he is with the card.
Stop with the gloves, dude.
I love it. So
Clown
Super
mode.
Bonchon, if you know I don't like drama, why are you trying to cause some? Why don't you shut up and stop being an idiot? Thank you for the support. If you support the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. Lego Batman has done pretty good so far when it comes to engagement and support. So any more would be
But
greatly
not
appreciated today.
anymore,
For a
Phil,
$50
'cause you
contribution,
suck.
we'll open up another Pokemon pack at the end of the stream. But we already did one. I doubt we're going to have that today, especially because tonight is the Pokemon stream. So probably we're going to have way more people interested in it on the late stream.
1 hour later.
All right, now guys, and
Still
yeah,
at 75
if you've enjoyed
bucks.
today's stream,
Not
it sure
even
would be great if you
$1
could.
in support during the first hour of Lego Batman.
Have you been playing Lego Batman at all, or did you give up?
I got to get back into it. haven't
I started playing other shit, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to play
But
it.
it's yeah, I'll play it. It's fun.
It's
not bad.
listen,
It's not
it's a
bad.
Lego game. It's just like you know what I mean.
yeah.
Do something to support it.
I'm playing
We
Brave
had
Fence to
0
Sausage.
support for Batman today.
Someone's gotta stop him.
No, I don't mean the entirety of the stream. What I mean is we did a 2-hour podcast, and that got good support. And as soon as I played Batman today, we had 0. Not even 1 piece of support at all. No kicks, no subs, no super chats, no memberships, and no tips. I'm not exaggerating. Nothing. 0.
Nothing.
So, we have about a
0.
half an hour left. Can we get some support for Batman? I really enjoyed the playthrough up to now. You guys have been awesome up to now. So I don't know what happened today. Like, literally 0 support is pretty crazy.
What happened?
So far this morning, we have absolutely nothing. 0 contributions on the YouTube side. Let's go. Let's get some support at the end of the stream here for Batman. The vibes are off. No, the vibes weren't off. I played the game and enjoyed it. Got good
vibes
progress.
are off.
Yeah, there's a lot of people trying to derail the chat.
That's my favorite one because it just can't be quantified at all, and it makes Phil seethe when you tell him the vibes were off, and that's why no one supported. No, the vibes were fine.
When
Well,
you
when you
just,
have
like-
to say the vibes were fine, the vibes were not. You know, that's
'cause
like
it's-
throwing off the vibes.
Because what's so funny about that statement, it's not measurable.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, what do you mean the vibes? I thought they were good.
But I didn't care. I just let you guys do whatever you wanted. All right. Caterade, thanks for $2. He says Bruce Wayne should donate to the DSP
That's
Foundation.
all
I
that
appreciate
he would
that,
get.
Caterade.
That's all he would get for the rest of the day. That's it.
Belted.
We got Felted 247 for 5 subs.
Let's go. Big support. Thank you so much.
I don't have money to do it. 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 I don't have money to pay my fucking taxes.
Good.
You think I'm gonna buy a fucking gaming
Good.
PC? You're out of your mind. All right.
Good.
Jesus.
But it does suck that we had no support. Well, okay, I take that back. Now we have $2 of support
Oh,
for Batman today, and that's it.
That's
because we
worse
put-
than getting nothing.
You know, so far, we're
isn't
at this point, we're almost 20 hours into the game.
Oh, we got Belted 247 for 5 subs. Thank you so much.
And Lexa Pros for 5.
subs. Let's
The game is not explaining the mechanic whatsoever.
Phil, come on.
This is weird. It's something
he needs
new.
the game to
It's not
handhold him
being
to
explained.
figure this
Move?
out.
Thanks, Lex for the Belted.
Okay. But then it stopped. I don't get it. What's it activating?
Can Soup for 10 subs.
Thank Thank you, Ken Soup 83 for 10 subs. Big support. How do you get stuck in the Lego Batman game?
They told him what to do in chat, and he wouldn't listen to them either.
Not this. What the hell? What is going on? You
Tell
hit
us
that.
professional
What happens
gamers
when you
are.
hit this? Batman needs to stand here and stop moving.
The virus for 25 subs.
Let's go to Virus. Big support. Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone. Wow. Yeah, big support.
He moved.
Mad love.
Batman, you idiot. Oh my god. Dude, how do you get your partner to not move? He's a complete idiot. He moves. I need him to stand still. Because you can't move this, right? I need him to stand still. So he'll keep that open so that I can do the puzzle, but he keeps moving like a dunce. Because this won't work until there's a charge. You can't get a charge to it. What the? Dude! This is getting so frustrating. How do you get your partner to just stand still? Oh my god. Why would it have done that? Dude, it almost worked, but Batman moved. How are you supposed to do this when Batman won't stand still? This is ludicrously stupid.
God, Phil.
He won't stop moving. How am I supposed to do the challenge if he won't stop moving?
Pulse says last kick for this
What an
stream. Have a
idiot.
nice week.
Oh,
You
yo.
too, buddy.
One and Paul, thank you so much, man. Have a nice weekend, buddy. Enjoy it.
Blue Zero UK for a sub as well.
Thanks, Blue Zero UK.
No.
Look, we're literally standing next to each other. He moves.
Oh my god.
I can't do the puzzle. Batman will not stand
Oh
still.
God, I don't know how much more of this.
I'm
I can-
actually like already tapping. Like this
Let's-
sucks.
Let's finish it, and then we'll go. It's tough.
I literally can't do it. This isn't possible. Yeah, you actually can't do this puzzle because Batman doesn't stand still. And you can't hit all these targets by yourself, see?
But you
See?
can though. Phil. Like, the
Oh,
game's
see what
just
okay, I know what they want you to do.
unsolvable, Oh, do you?
See, it doesn't work.
This is like the same level of like, him being stuck at Blueprints. Remember that game, Blueprints? He had
Yeah,
played for
yeah.
8 months.
Because you're supposed to do it from the front. And you can't do it from the front because Batman's supposed to
Ash was
stand here and he
totally
won't.
right
He's
about
an idiot.
I did nothing wrong. I did
Everyone's
absolutely
right
nothing
about
wrong.
Phil.
I did everything right.
I mean, about the like.
See? You're supposed to hit all three. You can't
hard
do
to
it.
watch.
What the is wrong? If Batman would just stand still, which I guess you can't make him stand still, there's no way to do
Who
it, then you
cares?
could do the puzzle. Because you're supposed
Quit
to
the
select
game.
all three
Oh,
like this
just
and
give
the triple
up,
throw.
Phil. It's over,
You
buddy.
can't do
There's
it because
no
Batman's
way.
an idiot. The puzzle
That's
is
right.
literally
It's
not solvable
Batman
because
that's an
they
idiot,
screwed it
not
up.
you.
Yeah, Batman's the idiot.
I'm sure the world's greatest detective's an idiot, Phil, and not the guy who off on camera. I'm sure, Phil. I'm sure.
So I did all this for nothing. I'm wasting my time because the game is screwed up. Jaden says plug in another controller and move him on there. Because the game does have 2-player co-op, right? But that's so dumb. Why are there puzzles that are 2-player co-op?
No! They wouldn't make you play with 2 controllers and you move one. Why would they do that? They wouldn't. They didn't. There's no.
Phil.
Buddy.
Required. You can't put a drone on there because you can't control the drone when you're Nightwing.
God,
The
he's
moment that
so
I go to aim, it glitches. The moment that I hold left trigger to aim, Batman moves and does whatever he wants. So the puzzle's unsolvable.
Yes, Phil.
No.
They
Yeah,
decided
sure.
to make the
Yep.
game unsolvable. Everyone in the entire world is stuck at this part because they fucked it up.
Unsolvable.
Because they idiotically
the
made it
game.
that your AI opponent moves when you aim. See that?
What?
Why the hell did they do that? That is idiotic.
Well, you're obviously missing something, Phil.
It's unsolvable. You can't. You always need Bat. See what I mean? You can't not have Batman.
Then quit.
So because you can't not have Batman, you can't solve this
You know what,
puzzle.
Phil, you're right.
What the hell were they screwed it up completely? You have to
What were they thinking?
You need 2 players to do this. Gareth, how would Batman be standing on the Switch if I throw from a different building? What are you talking about?
I remember why we stopped watching this.
Please, Phil, just move on.
It worked.
Wait, it turns out you could do it all along, huh, you moron.
Oh my.
We're gonna ring the bell. It wasn't impossible after all, Phil. No wonder he only got $2, and he was lucky to get that. That gameplay was worthless, brain dead. He should have had to pay people to watch it. You know?
Yeah, man. That was hard, man.
Because are you kidding? So I want you to think about this.
Go.
I want you to think about this.
I'm thinking.
If you're standing next to Batman and you hold left trigger, Batman moves. If you back away from Batman and you push left trigger, he doesn't move.
Wow.
Okay.
I made that puzzle easy, just for you. Enough is enough. My life has been systematically up year after year by people with me. I can't get sponsorships. I can't get all the same opportunities every other full-time streamer gets because of you pieces of trying to ruin my life.
Hopefully next time we'll get more of a crowd. I don't know what happened that today. Support was abysmal.
No one
for the
wants
game.
to watch this.
Good thing that we at least got some support for the podcast, but I do like the game still. And I'm, yeah, I mean, guys, what are we going to do? I mean, what can I say? I don't know what happened. I made it be known that I would like some support for the game, and we got one person
It's
who
a
did.
fun
So
game. I gotta play it again.
tonight we are guaranteed
I want money.
to have a pack on opening of Pokemon cards. But man, I hope that tonight things pick up with support to help make up for today, because that was I don't know, completely dead.
Looks like he has a mohawk now.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it look like he has a mohawk? Like
It's getting pretty close.
This side's
there,
right here. It's,
like,
full
yes,
mohawk.
then
Yeah.
it's like a mohawk. Yeah, he's gonna Mr. T-Max it.
Ace.
I played Lego, which sucks.
All right,
All right,
guys,
let's do the
we
next
gotta
one.
get. Do you want to?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, fine. If you don't want to, we don't have to. Or you want to do Frank?
No.
No.
I'm-
Chat. What do y'all think?
Let's see some subs then, if you want to see this next, Phil.
I guess that last puzzle really fired me up, of how angry I got. So it sort of
All right,
woke me back into.
Put this one on.
Okay, fine. Just one more, and then we'll fuck off. Okay.
All
Chat,
right.
you good? And then is Ralph done?
He's done.
Is the stream 10 hours long?
It's 10 hours long, yeah.
I'm gonna start editing tomorrow, so I don't leave it for last minute.
I know.
Guys, you guys better don't. I swear to God, I'm gonna get
The virus for
No.
10 subs.
You know
Ralph's
what?
Unfinished Church. DSP Hassan Lovechild. We
We're
got
gonna-
Calmer at 100 subscribed.
We're
We
gonna
got
have to
Reverse
have a
Hollow
goal for
Charmander
Monday.
for 5 subs.
I will
Golden
only
Knights
edit the
fan.
show for Monday, and we will
Felt it
have
in
a
for
show
500
if we hit the
kicks.
goal today. Is that fair?
Let's
just
see
kidding. I'm just
10
kidding. I'm
more
just kidding.
subs.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Let's
just
see
kidding.
10 more subs right now, buddy.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Severin
just
for
kidding,
a
kid.
sub. We're 9
Well,
away
guys, you know I
from the
work hard on
Warski
this.
goal. All right, so here's Phil playing Symphony of the Night. All right.
I can't watch this. I will actually lose my mind.
You're going to lose it, buddy. You're going to have to carry
What is this?
Debt. Axie for
Oh, what's
5 subs. Calmerd for a sub. DeVirus for 10 subs.
Fuck yeah, big
Limbo
support.
Calrissian for a sub.
Okay.
Cat's Krusty Cream Pie for 5 subs. Woo!
right.
Free bird!
All
Yeah.
Castlevania, one of the classics, bro. PS1, holy it created the Metroidvania name in mixture with Metroid, right? Here we go.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I only watched one little clip of this, but
Officer Dank.
Package
Nasty
delayed
and
in
Seething.
transit. That's all
No,
it says.
Phil seething
What?
again. Are they? You're the.
they purposely went, you know what? We're going to be. We're gonna be late on purpose.
All right. All right, guys. So this is the final hour of the stream for today.
Lex the Pros for 12 subs. Big support. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. And Canned Pears for 10.
For 10 subs!
Okay, we hit the Warski. We'll edit the 10-hour stream tomorrow goal for Monday.
It's happening.
I'm editing.
Wow. Huge support coming in here in the 8th hour of
Thanks,
the program.
Guys. We hope you're enjoying the show.
Holy.
I've had a great time. I really like the game. But this is one of the least supported streams I've done in a long time. Okay? I don't know why. I'm shocked. Like people are saying, I'm shocked that Soros has done better than this. We had 007 streams that did better than this. This game is a classic. All right?
Yeah, but you didn't make the game.
No, it's 30 years old, Phil. And like you're playing it like a.
Yeah. Like if you were like a skillfully or anyway.
And Minecraft stuff. Okay, guys? Thank
Officer
you. Thanks to everyone who was supportive today.
for 5 subs.
Look at all these subs in the last hour of the show, man. Thanks, guys.
It was a little bit on the slower side, but then again, the viewership was on the slower side because, again, I'm playing an older school looking game. Oh, my God. It is what it is. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tonight for Judgment. I hope.
It is what it
Please
is.
support it if you want to see me keep going. We're not even halfway through the game, and already there's no support for it. That's awful. All right, so please support the stream.
He's never seen the second half of the game, and he never will. He's going to wage quit this unless somebody wails out for it, which they shouldn't. They should just let.
You think he's going to do the upside down castle or no?
Buddy, if he does the upside down castle, this is going to take like 15 streams for him to complete. The way that it's going, bro, there's not any chance he's going to complete that. There's no way. There's no way. It's going to take all year. Glasses McDorkface for 5 subs.
And Officer Dank Nasty, I think you said that already, but thanks, guys. Holy shit.
If not, let's go. Let's get some super chats, memberships,
Remember, Sunday locals, I'll be streaming. I'm doing the whole gaming, fucking all the things that have come out and shitting on it. So come and watch.
Subs and tips right now.
I'll tweet it out also.
Well,
okay.
So Diet Pink, he's got the collection that has Rondo of Blood in it, but he's only going to do it if this is the next like Silk Song. You know what I mean? That's what he was hoping this would be, is the next Silk Song, and it would get massively wailed out, and he would make like a fortune, and then he would do Rondo of Blood and make a fortune. I don't think this is going to happen.
No.
Let's go. Let's get support for the classic Symphony of the Night so I can keep it in the rotation and play it, all right?
No.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
We
can't do this as the bat? Yes, you can.
We missed. Oh, we had to miss. There we go. By the way, he claims you can't see yourself. You clearly see the mist right here.
This is the thing. The whales have been asking for him to play the Mina game, and he won't.
Did you see that? He unmisted over the spikes. And watch him lie here. Watch him lie.
Come on!
It almost is like a performance art where you go like, is he just with people how bad he is? But no, he's genuinely this bad. He's genuinely this mentally disabled.
I've
the
had
king of retro.
I've had friends think that he's doing it on purpose, but I'm like, I don't
think
understand.
it's because somebody brought this up in chat. It's because he's not wearing glasses. He can't see.
I can't see the mist.
You know, I can't see it. Like it's over.
I got fucked. I don't even know where I saved. I got because you don't know when you're missed when you turn to human.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Where you're gonna land. I got completely.
Why?
Because you don't. If you don't experiment, you would never know where you're gonna demon.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a nerd. You know me. Okay, Ash, you see the mist, right? Do you see the cloud?
Yeah, you
in the middle.
Clearly see where you're gonna go.
Like you actually, like legally, it's right there.
Unless you're actually blind as a bat. Like, let me see.
But so
no, I can
still
see it. I can still see it without my flat.
And look, he goes over. And he goes like, what the?
Human where you're going to land. I got fucked completely because if you don't experiment, you would never know where you're going to dematerialize, turn back into the person and land.
Yeah.
So I was slightly to the left and I got completely fucked by it because this game has infinite.
All you have to do is just approximate the center of the screen. Like if you can even see the blurry outline, which is what I just did, you can figure it out.
Yeah, it's honestly not that hard. And look, that came, I'm not saying it's a cakewalk. There are some pretty hard bosses, right? But you're getting stuck at the most retarded part.
Comboing hits, which I think is annoying. Like there should be like hits.
On screen.
What's it called?
4.
Yeah.
Like,
on the wolf guys.
Yeah. Which I don't think anyone's ever died there before.
You wanna know why? Because it unequipped him and he didn't realize that you have to open and equip. So he just died.
Hit stun recovery. Where once you land, or once you get hit, you don't infinitely just keep getting hit. I mean, at least there's nothing. This is fine. We'll just get dependent again, and we'll go back up there. But that's very frustrating that you just get hit, and you can't do anything. Yep, complete trash. Literally just
playing Mario
Kart, hit. What do you want me to do? Then I get an item and I go to first, and then hit again. Like, okay. Trash gameplay.
Kong says he remembers when DSP tried to play Battlefield 6 and was complaining that the keybinds weren't the same as Black Ops 6 and was dying repeatedly in the open.
Well, you should learn.
Oh my
like,
God.
What the
infinite combo.
He's such a
Rumpelstiltskin, you literally haven't supported at all, so I think you should stop talking about support now. How about that? Unless you're actually going to support the stream, don't talk about it ever.
Rumpelstiltskin's just true at testing the cheers. Seems to have worked, Rumpelstiltskins, but again, FYI, the preferred method to contribute would be tips, because they help me more than anything right now. I do have to buy a bunch of games this week, and I got bills coming up. I need to play by the end of the week, so...
He needs to play his bills?
See, it happened again. You don't know when you're missed where you're going to land. What the f***? How is the door open? This is
He's such a liar. Like, do you
See, you can't do it because you need to be able to open the door.
Is he actually so that he doesn't know where the mist... Or is he just lying to me?
I think he lied. He definitely lied. Because he did it, right? Like... Yeah,
he's lying. Like, the simplest explanation with Phil is he's always lying. Always.
King Michael said, did Castlevania do better on night streams? The last two streams, first stream was a day stream, the other stream was a night stream. Both streams did well. This stream is doing atrociously bad. I don't get it.
You know what the common denominator is, Philip?
We have 40 minutes left, guys. Again, if you like this game, which I love it, I really would appreciate it if you could support it. So I can keep playing it. I would like to actually beat it, but I'm not going to be able to at this rate.
He's not going to beat the fucking game, bro.
Well, Boomer Shooter Guy just did a $5 super chat. He says, here's to Symphony of the Night playthrough. Hope that you're able to keep playing till the end. Nice to actually see someone streaming the classic. I want to, man. But as you can see, I don't know what happened today.
I want to. Just play the games you want to play
Here's my promise, guys. If Phil doesn't beat the game and quits it, I'll stream it and I'll beat it. For free. For 0 subs. I'll do it for free as charity. Okay, chat?
I really don't. I don't know what the heck is going on today.
I don't give a
Same thing that happened with Lego Batman yesterday, where everyone showed up for the podcast
I played it on
or the morning show,
already,
supported, and then I started playing a game, and then no support or anything for the game. So I do appreciate that, Boomer Shooter Guy. I really want to keep playing this, so I hope that things will pick up by the end of this stream in 40 minutes. This is it. Nice. Now we can do the optional boss fight. Sweet. It's probably not optional. You probably have to do it. Okay, guys. Guys, we got a half hour left on this stream of Symphony of the Night.
Wow.
I love the game, but I don't know what happened today with support. It's very slow.
I haven't had a tip in like over an hour and a half, so thank you at least for something. I appreciate that. Been pretty slow today.
So we're not doing any card pack openings. And
oh no, a man won't get 10 Pokemon cards that we don't own.
Quite frankly, I don't even know what we're gonna do with this game because this game is very lengthy. We're not even
$50 for a pack. What a scam!
Halfway done, and support has already completely fallen off. This sucks because I want to play, but maybe we can't. This what's happening right now is literally what used to happen when I played a Metroidvania. No lie.
Oh my god!
And this is why for the longest time I wasn't able to play Metroidvanias.
Basically, here's a whiny baby.
And then for some reason, when I played, when I played Hollow Knight and Silksong, people showed up for them and supported them. For some reason, this game, no one really is, and that sucks.
That sounds like a you problem. Oh my god, my ass.
Well, John just did a whopping $50 super chat and says, "Keep the game alive. It's a classic PS1 game card pack. Now on the stream." Yeah, I mean, yeah. You supported and you asked for it. Thank you for a whopping $50 super chat, John.
It's not real.
Now we're up to 114 bucks of support, so thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't know.
Let's go. Let's rally. We have a half an hour left. Let's rally. Let's get more people supporting the classic.
Shut the f up.
But I've been sitting here for like 15 hours.
Shut the f up.
I want to keep this in a rotation. I honestly wanted to keep this as a daytime stream moving forward because I know it's a long game.
I see Brave Fence through Musashi.
All right, good stream. We're now going to open a pack of Pokemon cards, and that's the stream. If I do get a $50 contribution, I'll open 2, and that would be amazing to support this game and keep it as a daytime stream. Right now, I'm debating I might have to bring it back as a night stream because it didn't do well today. If it wasn't for John and
40 seconds.
His big $50 super chat, it would have actually been a pretty, slow stream.
It is.
And that sucks. We made so much progress. I had so much fun playing it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
$17
These games are doing well, and now the games don't do well.
Unacceptable. So let's be real. That $50 was totally fake, and he actually got $67.
Yeah,
because there's no way he's crashing out this hard about it being this slow at 117. And then if it is right, then you need to just be honest, Phil, and say the goal is $150. But we all know the goal is $150, and he knows it's $150, and he knows that we know that the goal is $150. But we all have to do this mummer's farce where we pretend otherwise, and it's ridiculous.
Has he not? Has he not added the goal back? Wasn't he supposed to do that?
Well, no, the new goal is the $50 for Pokemon cards.
Oh, but there's no 150 back? Oh.
No, he did not reintroduce that goal system at this time.
But
he reserves the right to do so. Yes, I know.
God damn.
Huh? Like, how does that even happen when it's been doing well up to now? It sucks.
I wonder.
All right. All right, good stuff, right?